Two things I would definitely change. One is I would use a different limo service the night of our wedding. Did we tell you about that? Oh, well, this will be quick. Yeah, I was in charge of the transportation. So I had the limo company that took the wedding party from the wedding to the reception. I said, hey, I'd like to pay to have one of the limos take us from the reception to our hotel. And so he agreed, charged me extra, and we get out of our reception, and there's like a 1998 Mercedes, like his own personal car. He hired somebody to drive and pick us up. And I was just embarrassed because I was like, I could have had a friend pick me up in a 15-year-old car. Like, that wouldn't have been a big deal. But anyways, that, and then also I wouldn't let her go ziplining if we were to go back and do that over. But those were two little small things that came to mind. And when I was thinking like big stuff in our marriage, you know, it's hard for me to actually say go back and change everything because I really am pleased with where we're at after 1 year of marriage, and going back and changing something could mean that we didn't learn from it that way or grow, or it could have led us down a different path. One thing we experienced with that maybe wasn't the right decision was we switched churches. We felt like that for certain reasons we should go to a different one. And so we tried that out, and didn't last very long, and we found ourselves back where we initially had been going to church. But then we came back, and it's like I don't regret that move because we learned, and then we are a lot more comfortable with where we're at now as far as church-wise. And so we learned a lot from it, and it was a good experience to go through.
Yeah. Well, definitely mine was, on thinking back, if there was one thing that I could change, it was definitely not going ziplining like he said on the honeymoon. But when I think about that, I also thought, you know, I probably, before we got married, I think it would have been better for me to maybe approach him and maybe just have more communication with the fact that, yes, when I do get hurt or there's things that happen, as a girl, I want you to comfort me a little more than what you thought you might have to. And again, those are differences between a woman and a man, but I know sometimes it takes patience if I'm not feeling well, or on that situation I got hurt, of him trying to comfort me and console or just be there. And so that was one thing I thought I should have communicated that before we got married, so he wouldn't be so thrown off when he has a wife screaming bloody murder because her arm is slashed by the zip line. But and then slashed. It was slashed 3 times. But then when I think about the serious side of marriage, I also think the same thing. We did so much work ahead of time during our dating and our engagement phase, just speaking with other married couples and being involved in people with our church. We just did so much work up front and communicating that we really haven't experienced anything that I would look back and say I would really want to change it. So I've been pleased too with the first year.